What's going on, y'all? It is Easy the Block Captain, man. We are here with another breakdown. We are going with A Ward and T Top, man. Summer Madness going down in London. I'm seeing a few of y'all like how I'm breaking down these battles. So, when we get a good battle, I'll break it down. The tell of the tapes. We're gonna do some boxing things, tell of the tapes, and just break down, analytically of what I think that could happen. Now, anything can happen in battle rap. People choking, people slipping up, life happens. We don't know. But analytically, this can and will happen if everything goes right together. So this is, um, for all my battle rap fans, I am starting a sports channel called, I'm not a analyst, the sports show. So that's going to be on the page as well. We about to, regroup. We about to build a little set for me soon. So during out the next couple of weeks, a lot of things is going to change. We're going to update cameras. We're going to update, things like that here. So, we could just turn up. We getting back to work. We got some battles that's about to go down. That's why I'm doing a lot of pre-recording. I will give y'all some live recorders, just I want to bid with y'all too. I love y'all. But we got a lot of things happen. Stay tuned. I got something real big I'm working on, pause. And that's just how it goes, man. But anyway, let's get straight to it, man. A Ward versus T Top. Salute to both these gentlemen. I want to salute A Ward, even though he be hating a lot, right? But right now we are analysts, so like that. We don't put personal feelings in these breakdowns right here. I want to salute him, because he stood on business. And I like people that stand on business. Because I'm a stand on business, How we call it? I'm a stand on businesser. I love standing on business as well. So, you get a certain level of respect when a person stands on business. And I like how he did that. Like, he made his name in a great time in battle rap, though. Because great time, people beefing with people. URL was beefing with RBE trying to do his thing. New leagues coming around. You got Rim coming up. She got Chrome. So in the midst of his whole, career, was a lot of war going on behind the scenes. He capitalized off of it. I respect it. At a point in time that he didn't really need the biggest so-called league to be what he is, and now that he got to, because let's keep it a beat. Not be beefing with them niggas, or technically, I guess we beefing or not. I'm not sure. I'm not really beefing, but they are who they are. Okay. URL is who they is, right? So no matter if they ever have a fall off moment, which these last few years have been a falling off of them, but guess what? That the history and the stain that they put on the culture will always be remembered. So battling on there is a highlight for anybody, including myself, including myself, right? Highlights as far as that. Now you can go to other now, I have had highlights in other places and have been noticed from different situations and got different money from different situations. But, I will always salute, the very beginning of it. I'm saying, like that. They played a very pivotal part of the battle rap career of me. So, that's just what it is. Let's get straight to it, man. A Ward and T Top. Great first battle for A Ward on URL versus T Top. Drug lord, probably second or third. Not number one, because I'm one. But Angle God. And that's going under probably Mook and a few others. Definitely top five, maybe if he's top three. Let's keep it a being there. His delivery is just what it is. A Ward freestyle rebuttaling. Great test for your first, battle over there. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He done battled a lot of people, so it was only a few people that he could battle. T Top, great one, I'm saying, like that. As a me and T Top got some bread together. He really, he really don't be hating a lot. And T Top just cool with everybody. Sometimes you can't really trust the niggas who cool with everybody, but I do like T Top though. T Top is a good brother and all of that. Great battle. I got, high level of respect when it comes to talent for both of these guys. Like that. And let's get straight to it, man. Tell it to tape, man. A Ward, man, elite rebuttaler, right? Good freestyler, layered. When it comes to angles too, he's up there as far as angles. I wouldn't say as good as T Top, but he's up there, right? Rapid pattern. Cleans, always professional, shows up to battles. You know what I mean? Like, he is one of those guys I hear from a lot of leagues that they say, yo, he's easy to work with. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes get dense, wordy, can overstructure a little bit in the big room, moments. And this is long awaited for URL. So I do think that he'll turn up. And then he's versus a guy named T-Top, man. T-Top, North Carolina's own veteran, big stage angler, little stage angler. Just one of the best anglers we got in the game right now. Storyteller, temple controller, humor, trap talk, and the room awareness. You know what I mean? Besides the performance, he damn near got everything, right? If the angle doesn't really crack right away, it's vulnerable a little bit, but we'll get into that. You know what I mean? Like that. Setting factors, London room. I don't know if anybody has an advantage of where they're at. I've seen both parties shut down rooms, big stages. Now, I don't know. Now, this is T-Top has been on more big stages than A-Ward, right? On the biggest of stages. And not only of the biggest of stages, a lot of T-Top battles early on counted for a lot of things. So I think the pressure goes to T-Top side. He did this before. He knows what he's doing going into the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But again, this is URL. Both of these guys, they're in London. They're going to cheer for both these guys. You know what I mean? The UK crowd, usually, rewards for writing, structure, and humor. T-Top got a lot of humor, not so much A-Ward, kinda be white humor, if y'all know what I mean. It'd be cool. Good for both, though. I don't feel like nobody really has the edge in the room, right? Venue, right? I think T-Top already has been there. Did he battle Iron Solomon? I think he did there, which helps, him doing his thing. When it comes to T-Top, he's overall good, right? He's overall good. That's why I think that this matchup is very, well suited for A-Ward, because you beat T-Top on one of those stages over there. To me, I think he's already solidified, though. Right, you know what I mean? But it's certain fan bases that he hasn't touched, and I know that he think that he didn't need them, but URL grants a certain worldwide audience that you haven't seen. So, you know what I mean? I think that you do need that right there. You know what I'm saying? How each can win. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with A-Ward first. I think that it's very important for him to win a coin toss. Energy early. You know what I mean? But, going second, opens them up for rebuttals. A lot of things that T-Top can go with, a lot of things depending on how he structures himself, might can't be rebuttal. But, I mean, I think A-Ward should go first, started off. People is anticipating the URL thing, so he might got to sacrifice a round for a rebuttal, but it's good because it's your first round. URL, people's always they're excited for you to be there. Start off fast, strong. Don't overdo it. 1 or 2 surgical flips, be A-Ward. You know what I'm saying? Angle sequencing, start building a narrative with T-Top. I mean, a lot of people already done built it, but do what you gotta do and make it how A-Ward hits, maybe a 4 to 6 bars at every round for clarity, as far as the UK references, he's very good at, making the crowd be more familiar with itself and all of that. I know when he battled, when I was doing the Hitman battle, he had the, the Vixen joint. He in New York, a bunch of hood niggas. He did the Crown Vic, so he knows how to cater to the crowd a lot. Round 3 signature, create something, moral. You mean it's your first time on URL, make it memorable to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Let's go with T-Top. Room control, set a story early, which we know that's what he's good at. He will do that. It's a lot of angles to go with A-Ward, being that his first battle there. We're gonna get straight to it. Rebuttal defense. Now, I want to talk about the rebuttal defense a little bit, because you can structure the way T-Top raps and have lived. We can start structuring things that he can't really rebuttal a lot, right? We can get into that bag that you can't really rebuttal a lot of trap talk. You can't really rebuttal a lot. And if you do rebuttal, that causes for a nigga who really can't rebuttal like that to rebuttal. Yeah, I mean, open that up a little bit, angle choice. Now, whatever angle T-Top decide to go with is going to be very well put. So I don't even really have a breakdown of what you're going to go by, because I don't know how T-Top minds. I just know that it's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Big stage haymaker. Now, his haymakers don't be like normal haymakers. T-Top was walk you down. T-Top going to walk you down. He's going to walk it down to the haymakers, you know what I mean? But it is going to happen. And back to A-Ward real quick. A-Ward haymakers is a little fast, but he will have them as well. Round by round blueprint. I'm going round one. A-Ward. I don't know I don't know. I know A-Ward first rebuttal is going to hit. It could be ass, but it's going to hit. Just because it's the sport and it's where it's at and it's the first time. He has to capitalize of the first time. The first time, because you're only going to get one of these. You're only going to get the first time you're on URL. So he needs to capitalize off that. I'm sure that I'm sure that he understands that, you know what I mean, setting an angle early, showing that you can probably do what he do, but in your own way. Theme rounds. I'm sure that he's probably going to have one, business narratives, couple mid-round flips too, to start the crowd off good. You know, man. Then we go to the statement round of why you did everything that you're doing. I'm willing to hear it. I want to hear it because it's a good story. It's a good story. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Top, angle base, pressure, talking, mixing facts with jokes, personal narrative, cinematic, right? Now, when I mean cinematic, has some charisma, because T-Top has very charisma. Every round is going to be like a movie for T-Top, right? Where we talking about the opener, the plot, and the closer. It's cinematic, it's theater, right? I think that T-Top understands that a little bit more than A-Ward. So you mean like that? Like I said, it's not too. I think they both are excited. I don't think nobody has the crowd factor of having a up. I think both of them, to me, is even. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a little more pressure on A-Ward because this is your first, but it can be your advantage as well. X factors, man, rebuttaling can swing the crowd. We already know, but being that when I'm in London, I don't even think the ass rebuttals ain't going to hit. I think it's going to be, I think they're just so happy that URL was coming. So, Top got to worry about that a little bit. Time management with T-Top, long angles without, closing it out could hurt you. Having composure after the room shakes, which is T-Top's specialty. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Give me a couple bitches. Bitch. I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm likely outcomes. I'm going with T-Top 2-1. Can A-Ward win? Absolutely. These guys is pros and all-stars. You know what I'm saying? I believe that if T-Top controls the pace pretty early, you know what I mean, major sticky angles, make sure that it hits, get people to look at him different pretty early. I think that we can go there. If you do want to have the A-Ward 2-1 is because he lands a memorable bar that one of those he tries to do it in big battles, the A verb, which watch out for that, because T-Top got some shit for that. I promise you for that. The Vicks and all of that, you know what I'm saying, like that. So if he can make it memorable, he can edge it out, right? What to avoid, right? What I think, what to avoid, man. Too many rapid schemes, right? It's your first time on URL. Gotta remember where you at. Not on King of the Dot no more, buddy. We love drugs and guns and killing niggas here. Sounds funny, but that's what it is, man. It's music, drugs, it's street. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop. You know the acronyms for smack, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So yeah, I mean, not too many church over bars. We're not trying to hear that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're not trying to hear that shit, man. Get in your double bag, nigga. Go smoke a L. Go get a shot of tequila or something, nigga. Get disrespectful here. You need it. You need it. Top, you know what I mean? What to avoid for Top? Let's not lean on too much of the race angles. I do want to hear some Christian shit. Not the race angle. I know he white, unless it's unique. Now I'm not mad at the uniqueness of the white angles, because we've been oppressed for hundreds of years. So if you want to talk about the nigga being white, I'm cool with it. Make it unique, make it good, please. But don't rely on it too much. You know what I mean? Don't let the story get too drawn out. I don't want to go to 10 to 12 bars and you ain't punched yet and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that trim fat. Let's land the haymakers. You know what I mean? Like that. at the end of the day, you mean there's just two players in the game who mean something to battle rap. T-Top done put in his work from 106 and Park to bringing people on, to to doing everything that they got to do, holding the game down. You know what I'm saying? Changing the game. You got A-Ward, like the misfit of the URL. They never wanted to sign the contract. Deals almost got done. Never really happened. Backed out on some of the URL people. Reverse. I'm sorry. Somebody backed out on him. Excuse me. Never really got, and I feel like that's what's lacking with him. It's the respect that he never been on one of the major platforms, because you can't call yourself a major player if you've never been on the major platforms. So I think this is his last tell of his tape, and I think that his his career is solidified. No matter what you got his record as. I'm saying I wouldn't put him as, like, I don't know, is A-Ward top tier? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like, he act like it. You know what I'm saying, like that. But I definitely think that this puts him in a different light. And again, I only could call it how I see it. I mean, I think A-Ward will win the battle. I mean, he will be competitive in winning the battle, but I don't think he will. I think T-Top goes on there because also that we want to hear you say something. We also want to hear the things that could be said against you, and that goes into all battles. So just like T-Top is very capable of doing it. And he will. I got T-Top going into this battle 2-1. Again, you already know how I be. If you lose the battle, I will come in there and say you lose. I have no friends here. I don't care if y'all get mad or y'all get happy. So that's what it be with me, man. Appreciate y'all coming here. This is A-Ward versus T-Top, the complete breakdown. And make sure y'all tune in, man, because we will do recaps. And when I do recaps, I'm doing the complete breakdown of the recaps as well. Come on. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. We on the road to 60,000. Everybody who like, comment, and subscribe, everybody who been commenting, everybody who been tuned into my work, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Road to 60,000.